our finals MVP. And for TSM, the honor goes to the support player Biofrost. Absolutely incredible stuff. The cheer in the audience, you know he deserved it.
Absolutely deserved here for Biofrost. On Rakan with the slick moves. This was one of the champion picks that made the series.
Yeah, especially coming into the series, all the talk about Ole's initiation, but Biofrost showed up in a huge way this game when they were down in games or when they had the lead. He's the one pulling the trigger. And as Kobe said, what can't he do? Gets the kill with the redemption as well.
This is a guy who has won all of the finals that he's been on TSM.
100% kill participation in that game 4.
20 kill game at that. That's pretty hard to do, and he did it. Definitely a great player, and yeah, he was the rookie of the split. He won the North American Championship in his very first one, and now it's 3 straight for him. He's undefeated in finals.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
player.
No other player can say that he's been in 3 splits for 3 championships. He's going to try and make it 4, obviously, next split, but next step is Worlds for those guys, as well as Immortals.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we'll see again next week who that final team is going to be. And now we're going to send it over to Dash and our North American champions, TSM.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. That's right. I'm here with the entirety of our NA LCS champions here in 2017 Summer Split TSM. Again, making history, gentlemen. 6 out of 10 victories, 3 in a row, 2 splits in the same year. We already heard from Bjergsen about what that meant, but I'm going to come to you, Biofrost, first, because you also took MVP for this series, and you are 3 for 3 in NA LCS titles. What does this mean for you to just keep piling them on?
It means a lot. Of course, winning is always nice. I didn't think I played that well in the last game, but I guess we came back, so that was nice. Yeah, it just feels really good to be on a really good team, and TSM, they picked me up when I was a challenger support, and Peter, he just took a shot with me, and yeah, I'm really grateful for that.
I mean, everything's working well for you guys right now. Parth down there at the end of the table with the trophy. I'm coming to you next with the question of why is TSM so good? Why does this organization continually find themselves in the finals and continue to come away with victories? What separates you from the rest of the NA LCS pack?
I think it comes down to like the foundation that we built from like beforehand when Andy was still on the team. Just the competitiveness he brings and the foundation he gave to Bjergsen when he handed the reins over, and then when Peter came in. It's the same foundation that's built into like everything we do in terms of how we practice, how we play, and how we approach every opponent and every season. And as long as we have Andy, I'm pretty sure that we'll still continue to be the top.
And now, Bjergsen, you've been the member of this team, specifically a part of that organization the longest. How has that been for you, this journey with an organization that seems to be built so well and to have such an incredible infrastructure to support your career?
Obviously, like Vincent said, I was really grateful the same. I was picked up from a team that was getting relegated to TSM, the best team in North America. So that was a lot of pressure on me, but the infrastructure in TSM, especially Reggie, helped me become a smarter player, become a better teammate, become a leader, and that's what I try to help my teammates with every day, to give back to them just like Andy gave to me.
Doublelift, you're the only player in the North American LCS to win a title on 2 different teams, CLG and now TSM. You still remain that. Of course, if Smithy or Pobelter had won, they would have joined you in that club. But alongside that question, you've now won with 2 different organizations. What separates TSM from the rest in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, kind of echoing off what they're saying, Andy's a really smart owner, and he's a really smart player. And after I 3-0'd TSM, he managed to pick me up, so that was a really great decision. But no, I actually learned a lot about just how to deal with my, my personality and how I would mesh with the team, and also in-game things from Andy and Bjerg a lot. I think we have really good leaders on the team, and that's the infrastructure that gets the team going.
Now, you specifically had the challenge of stepping away from the game for a portion of this year, returning to the roster. I mean, all of you had that challenge of working back through that. Bjergsen, you talked about the fact that you felt there were other teams that did things better than you throughout this split. For you, Doublelift, what was that journey like individually, trying to work your way back into the professional scene and still be just as dominant?
You know, I wouldn't say I was that dominant. I had some pretty bad games in this finals, but I did mature a lot through that break, and I've come to appreciate and love being a pro. And the place for me is on stage, competing. And that's what I've learned from that break.
Well, we're happy to have you here on this stage, as long as you're willing to stay. Hauntzer, you've always been so vocal about wanting to be the best top laner, not just in North America, but internationally. If it comes to that, the NA LCS All-Pro votes, top lane was the closest of any of the roles, 66, 60, 59. You sat in the middle there with 60. But here you are taking the title, the crown, over Flame, over players like Sunday. Do you feel like you're now undisputed the best top laner in the NA LCS?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't be the best top without having results to back it up, right? And I mean, Someday Flame, they're good, but they've never won, so that's why I say I'm the best.
There you have it. It's plain and simple, man. You got to pick up the W's. Sven Skjern, popping over to you now. A lot of people coming into this matchup. When I was talking to them, asking analysts, what's going to be the key? Where is this going to hinge? People are pointing at Xmithie, saying that if he can get work done in the jungle for Immortals, that might be what it takes for them to take you guys down, the Kings. How did you prepare for this match? How did you stack up, knowing that a lot of people were looking at him as being the way that Immortals would take a victory?
Yeah, so Immortals was our primary scrim partner for like a long time during the playoffs, so I think we just already knew a lot of the things they were going to do, so I don't think we were that like scared in the early game kind of, because they used all the stuff in the scrims against us, so we just knew they do a lot of top ganks, and we just have to survive the top ganks, and then they don't do that much other than that. And the series was my Gragas versus his Suzurani, so yeah, I think it was pretty close in the jungle, so.
Now, okay, now let me ask you this, coming right back to you. Going to Worlds, TSM's aspirations has always been performing at Worlds. Sven Skjern, what's different this year, right? We've got a lot of hope here in North America for international play. What are you gonna do to deliver on that hope this time around?
I mean, in my opinion, I think we should just go in with like kind of okay expectations. I didn't like last time we came in and we thought we're just going to smash it all and be the best. So if we're a little bit more humble, I think we should be able to do better than last time.
Anybody else have anything to add there with international play, what they expect at Worlds this year? Double lift? How do you guys climb to the top? How do we avoid the same fate?
I don't know, dude. That was such a
That's not the answer I want.
We just... I hope we just get lucky, that's all.
Man.
I think for me, I think we're a lot more of a mature team.
Yeah.
When we played Summer last year, our opponents were just a lot worse than they are now. So we were used to winning, always winning lanes, always making the first play. And when we went to Worlds and sometimes we lost in the early game, we were just lost and we didn't know what to do. But like showing like this game, we got completely smashed and we still managed to keep our heads in the game and come back. I think that's going to be important at Worlds, being able to play games where we're behind, games where we're even, and that's a big strength for us now compared to before.
Where did this maturity come from, Parth? You get to watch all this, right? You've been with the team for quite some time. Actually, in terms of titles held, you're 4 of 6 with TSM, so you've been around the block here with this squad. What's it been like to watch these guys grow, mature, not only as players, but as people as well?
I think every time we've gone to an international tournament and done poorly, we've learned a lot from it. All that experience from last Worlds, from MSI, that experience is going to make us a stronger team going to this Worlds. We're going to know how to approach boot camp. We're going to know how to approach the group stage and each opponent. And so hopefully that experience is what carries us through, and that's something that we didn't have last year.
I want to give you guys an opportunity to talk about your opponents just real quickly. Immortals will be joining you guys for their first trip to Worlds. So as some of the most experienced North American LCS players on that world stage, what would you have to say about this Immortal squad, the way they played today, and what we might be able to expect from them come the World Championship?
TSM has a lot of experience starting 10K gold leads, so I don't think we can help there, but the experience here should help them calm their nerves and make the right decisions when they're ahead. But I think Immortals will struggle a lot from playing from behind, which is something that we're really good at now, kind of like what Soren said. That's something that you just need to drill and think about. Always keep mindful of, like, how are you going to come back? Well,
we've got some weeks to go back, nose to the grindstone, prepare for the World Championships. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your North American LCS 2017 Summer Champions Team Solo Mid. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come up here, celebrate with me, answer my questions. I'm running out of questions. You guys got to stop winning North American LCS Finals because I don't know what's left to ask. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here. On behalf of myself, the casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, a special thank you to Boston and all the fans here, and congratulations to our 2017 Summer Champions.